This week in gaming, we got some fresh details about the next major update for Battlefield 6. The sale of EA has thrown the future of its major studios into question. The next trailer for GTA 6 isn't even out yet, and it's already causing some controversy and much more. DICE revealed some key details about Battlefield 6's next major update. It drops on August 18th, adding Wake Island, 2 new game modes, a new gun, 2 new jets, a new point of interest for RedSec, gameplay changes, matchmaking updates, new experimental tools for Portal, and even more than that. Starting with the details of Wake Island, this is a remake based on Battlefield 5's version of the map, but it's been redesigned to suit Battlefield 6. Both teams have carrier-based HQs offshore with infantry, boats, ground vehicles, and air all fighting for control of the island. The map will also feature the new Carrier Strike mode. In this mode, both teams are trying to destroy the other's carrier, but you can't just hop in a jet and start bombing it. Teams first need to capture sectors across the island, opening up opportunities for vehicles and aircraft to push deeper into enemy territory. Eventually, once enough damage has been done, the fight actually moves inside one of the carriers for the final objective and a last coordinated assault. The other new mode is called Fighter Sweep, although this one is specifically for RedSec's Gauntlet. It's basically an aerial combat mode where squads use the new 2-seat jets to shoot down enemy aircraft and destroy stockpiles scattered around the map for points. And those 2-seat jets feel like a pretty significant addition on their own. Players are getting the F-18F Super Spectre and the F-74A Seacat, which is basically the first new content for jets since launch. Both jets are being introduced as part of the Top Gun collaboration. There's also a new sniper rifle called the Interdictor. DICE previously described this as Battlefield 6's longest range sniper rifle. RedSec is also getting a new location for Fort Linden called the USS Grant. It's a crashed aircraft carrier that will contain better loot than a standard point of interest, and DICE says it'll temporarily be classified as a high value zone during the first few weeks of the update. And outside of this new content, there's also some interesting gameplay changes coming. DICE is adding an optional ADS dispersion crosshair designed to make Battlefield's weapon bloom easier to understand. Portal is also getting its most significant updates since launch of the game. DICE is launching what it's calling the Portal Advanced Editor program. Selected Portal creators are getting early access to experimental development tools that can go considerably further than what's currently available. This includes baked lighting, terrain height map editing, and terrain shader painting. So creators can actually reshape landscape and paint surfaces with materials like grass, dirt, rock, instead of just being restricted to simply placing assets on top of existing environments. And finally, custom lobbies and spectator mode are arriving alongside the August 18th update, though it's through Battlefield Labs, which will eventually make it into live. Now, at the higher level of Battlefield production, we have EA, and EA have just completed their sale to Saudi Arabia, taking on $18 billion in debt to finance the deal. Shortly after the sale was finalized, reports about a wave of mass layoffs at the company hit news feeds. EA says they're looking to cut $700 million in annual spending as soon as possible. That could mean sweeping cuts to many of EA's major studios. Initial reports suggest that even BioWare could be sold off. Industry insiders say people at EA Studios expect the layoffs to hit within the next 6 to 12 months. Overall, it's uncertain what the future holds for EA, but it seems like it's gonna get worse for game development before it gets better. Grand Theft Auto 6 announced that they're finally releasing an extended look gameplay trailer on August 27th. In a bizarre move though, it'll be exclusively available on Netflix for 6 hours. And without question, fans will then rip it from Netflix and post it on YouTube as soon as it goes live. But Rockstar's parent company Take-Two is notoriously quick with DMCA claims, so it's tough to say how many of those re-uploads will make it through the cracks. That said, the full presentation will be available on YouTube once the 6-hour delay elapses. As you can imagine, the reaction by fans has spanned the gamut from calling it peak Rockstar arrogance to it just being dumb considering how many people will be re-uploading it. And as someone who has a current subscription to Netflix, I'd rather not watch it on Netflix. I don't really log into it much on my computer anyway. This next story is all about a retailer that gives you full control over your game library. What a nice idea. GOG.com is having a massive sale on shooter games. All of their favorite games are available DRM free, meaning you can download and install them, then do whatever you want with the files. The current sale runs until August 15th and includes some big name classics like Fear, BioShock Remastered, RoboCop Rogue City, Metro Exodus, and many more. All of the games I just mentioned are under $10 during the sale, with most for $6 or less. They also have several other sales happening right now, so definitely worth checking out to see everything. Leaked documents show Xbox's backwards compatibility program expansion could be massive. They recently launched select Xbox 360 games on PC as part of the program, but leaked documents reveal potentially every 360 game could be eligible. The documents show that Xbox is planning a gradual rollout of games between 2027 and 2028. Developers will need to opt into the program, but it'll give them control over pricing. The documents also further confirms Xbox's disc-to-digital licensing program. This will give disc owners a digital license for their games instead of requiring you to always have the disc on hand or have an install of the game available on your console. Giving the disc to someone else invalidates your digital license and creates a new one for them. Marvel Rivals is getting a huge size reduction on PC. Since launch, the hero shooter's install size has ballooned to over 100 gigabytes. On consoles, the install size is dropping by 15 gigabytes, and on PC, the drop will be 40 gigabytes. Unfortunately, the update requires downloading the entire game install. The update went live today. Destiny 2's vaulted content is getting a new lease on life thanks to modders. Bungie infamously vaulted huge chunks of the game's launch content, including single-player content, entire worlds, and even more than that. And while they justified the decision as a way of removing technical barriers for future updates, it's been a big point of contention with players and even impacted Bungie's ability to defend themselves in court. However, modders on PC have discovered the means to restore much of this content in a very rudimentary state. Cut areas can be explored either on foot or by flying around the map. The tools will be made available via GitHub soon, letting anyone with a copy of the game see what was lost. It's unclear how much further this content restoration can be taken by the community though. The tools only restore the maps. There won't be any NPCs, missions, or other interactive content. The open beta for Gears of War E-Day blew past concurrent player count records for the franchise on Steam. So far, it hit 14,000 concurrent players, beating the previous franchise record with Gears of War 5 with 10,000 concurrent players. The beta includes limited access to the game's multiplayer modes, including Horde and Versus mode, and it's running through the weekend, so that player count is likely to hit an even higher peak. This week, Ubisoft woke up and realized that they still own the Ghost Recon franchise. They released a major update for their 2017 open-world tactical shooter Ghost Recon Wildlands, adding a new campaign and restoring the Predator mission that was removed a few years ago. The update is free for all owners and also includes a 4K 60 FPS update for console players. The entire franchise is on sale with discounts of up to 95% off, all in celebration of its 25th anniversary. I actually made a full video of this update, which I highly recommend you check out next. You can click the little thing here on the screen. As always, guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed staying up to date on the weekly gaming news, and I'll see you next time. This is Level Cap signing off.